Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for today's video. I feel like it's a video that I've dreamt about creating. I love watching these, whether it's short form on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or like long extended versions on YouTube. I think names are so interesting. I've always had an interest in like literally names. Like I feel like I just love them and love keeping a long list of names, that kind of thing. So we are currently 38 weeks pregnant. We do not know the gender of the baby, which is so exciting. So we obviously have to have some names picked out to go either way. But in this video, we will be sharing names that we love but won't be using. I feel like it's just a big combination of like names that we've heard. Pat and I definitely like a little bit more unique names. Nothing too crazy, I would say. You guys will have to comment what you think our style of names are. I know some people will say like, oh, like floral or modern, classic, timeless, like different kind of things. I'm not really sure what ours would be.
Just not basic.
Yeah, not basic. So anyways, without further ado, names that we love but will not be using for this baby. Oh, and by the way, I sort of feel like we're gonna have a boy. Do you still think a girl?
Yeah.
How come?
Because you're tiny.
I feel like the old wives' tales, you guys, you know how you can just kind of go either way on it, but Pat thinks I'm having a girl because I'm carrying just literally all baby, but I had heard that that would be a boy. So I don't know. We literally have no clue. We're so excited. It does not matter to us in the slightest. But let's start off with boy names that we love but won't be using. First up, I really like the name Ramsey. I think it's really, really cute. I feel like this is a name that is cute as a baby, works as a child, works as an adult. I feel like that is crucial. Like we keep saying, like, you have to be able to say, you know, one day, my fiance, Ramsey, welcome to the team, our new engineer Ramsey. Like I feel like you have to think it through. Well, we've been doing that because I feel like it's important. Like some names are really cute and sweet as babies, but like, you know, you're mostly an adult, or they'll grow up and spend most of their life as an adult. So we like to go back and forth and make sure that it works kind of for every stage of life. So Ramsey, I love Wells, W-E-L-L-E-S. I think that is so cute too. It would be a great name as an older male as well. And then one of my favorite names, I'm not sure if I should even say because it's still on the list, or you don't think we'll use it?
I'm not using it.
Ever?
Oh.
Okay, I'll just share it, but I love the name Cannon. Love it. I love it for a boy. I also love it for a girl. There's something about it that I just freaking love. I like that it's more unique, but I also like that you immediately know how to pronounce it. That is one thing for sure that Pat and I agreed on from the beginning. I want whoever reads this name to be able to know exactly how to say it instead of mispronouncing it. That's just one thing that is important to us. So anyways, Ramsey, Wells, Cannon, Hayes, H-A-Y-E-S. I even have seen people use the name Hayes, H-A-Z-E, which I think is really cute too. But for us, yeah, those are some of the names that we love but won't be using.
We like nicknames too.
Yes.
So you gotta think of the nickname, and Hayes doesn't really have a nickname, but
yeah.
the full name.
And also thinking about names too, like I'm obviously Brittany Courtney. Courtney's my maiden name, but Brittany Courtney, and my mom literally maybe has called me Brittany 5 times my entire life. She actually loves Britt, so I've always been like gone by Britt. Like this is my daughter, Britt Courtney. Pat is obviously a Patrick, but he goes by Pat. So we definitely like to be able to have nicknames, or just the fact of a shorter name, I think, you know, works. We talked about it too. We don't want like a very formal sounding name when it's Britt, Pat, and then something super formal. So I feel like we like a little more, I would say a little more modern.
When we have the opportunity for real Italian names, but.
Yeah, Pat's Italian, dad born over in Italy, the whole 9 yards. Family's very Italian, but we were like, we can't do, like one of Pat's favorite names is Alonzo, and we thought we could call the baby boy Zoe. But the thing is, I couldn't get behind Britt, Pat, and Alonzo, even though it flows with our last name. It's just like, I don't know. I like that the names have to kind of coordinate together a little bit. So Alonzo is another name that we like. because we like Zoe, but we will not be using.
Reese.
Yeah, I love the name Reese. I like R-E-E-C-E for a boy, R-E-E-S-E for a girl. I love the name. I think it's beautiful. If it's on your list, I think it's just absolutely perfect for a boy or a girl. For us, I feel like it was getting a little bit popular, but I still think it's such a lovely name.
Probably because of that one show with James Reese.
Yeah.
Onyx was a super high one for
Onyx
a while.
was on our list, and it was high very much for a while. I still like it. I like that it's masculine. I think Onyx holds his own. I think Onyx is cool. I think obviously Next X could be the nickname if you wanted to.
But
What?
it was popular in Charlotte.
It's funny because when we were talking to Pat's sister, who's in the school district in Charlotte, and this is when we lived out in California, she just randomly said, like, we were talking about names and just like popularity and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and she just said, oh yeah, it's crazy, especially once you start touring daycares. Like, you may think a name is super rare, but then you go into the daycare and it's like Onyx S, Onyx T, and we were like, did you say Onyx? And she was like, yeah, like super popular. And we were like, it's just crazy because we had never heard of the name before. And it's just funny how that kind of works. So ever since then, we were kind of like, probably not as high on the list.
Alliance.
Yeah.
Van.
I love Pat's best friend's little brother. They call him Ally. I love that. And the only way I could get to Ally, I was thinking was Alliance.
Yeah.
But the thing is, on paper, it's always gonna be Allie, A-L-I. Even if it's a nickname, like it would have to be Alliance. Like, you could never write Ally because it's spelled Allie. So that's why, I mean, I love the name Ally for a boy. I think that's so cool, so different, but yeah, we can't get behind it fully.
Rome was a big one. Roman, Rome.
Yeah, obviously I like the nickname Romy. I think this is really cute for a girl too. Yeah, really cute, strong, just didn't make the cut for us.
Gage.
Yeah, we liked Gage for a little bit.
that.
You don't remember it? I feel like it was just a good name, but kind of fell into the names we like but won't be using.
Then for kind of Pittsburgh theme, which probably is why we're not doing it, but Steele with an E on the end. Heinz, like Heinz Ward or Heinz Ketchup.
Spelled H-I-N-E-S. We like the nod to Pittsburgh, but of course at the time, you know, for the majority of the pregnancy, we were in California. We weren't sure if we were moving back to Pittsburgh. Both of our families are here. Pat and I were born and raised here. We still don't think it's long-term to be in Pittsburgh. We like better weather. We like the beach. We like a little bit of a different lifestyle, but for, you know, the immediate very small ages of our children, you know, we're thinking, are we here for a little bit? So we liked the nod to Pittsburgh, but now being in Pittsburgh,
It'd be way too much.
yeah, it's a little much. So
What, Booker?
yeah, I like the name Booker. Another one was Holston. I thought that was really cool, different too. And then lastly, the other two that we had on our list, Olsen and Thielen. I think those are just really good names. Strong, again, grows with the
NFL.
child. Yeah.
But
It's what?
from NFL, but
Oh, I didn't know that, both of them.
both are last names.
Oh, so that's our list for boys. Okay, moving into girls. I feel like girls for us was definitely tougher. If we have a boy, we have had this name picked out for, I don't know if it's been 4 months now, 5 months. It's been a while. Like, was it a year?
When we don't have a board, we're not gonna know the name until
Honestly, the boy name we've landed on in California like forever ago. It's the girl names, for whatever reason, we struggle a little bit more. We have quite a list, but we're in between 2 right now. And yeah, I just feel like they're a little bit tougher for us. I don't know why. So, okay, girl names we love, but we won't be using. One that we both like a lot is Ari, which means sun-like. I actually like the name Ari Hayes, H-A-Y-E-S. So if you love it, use it. I think it's so cute, so sweet. Another name that we really liked, but probably won't be using, I like Amara, and you call her Mari. I think that's really cute. A name that I have loved since college, but I don't like the extended formal name, I think that I would have to do. I like the name Dre, D-R-E. I think that's just so different. She's cool, she's trendy, but she's sweet. Like, I just think Dre is just different. And you could do Andrea if you wanted like a longer informal name. I also like the name Dree, which I actually went to college with a guy named Dree. And I like that too. I think that's really beautiful as well, D-R-I. Again, with Roma and Romy, I think that's really pretty for a girl. I like Celeste, and then you would call her Cece. I think that's cute, very sweet. Again, names that you don't hear, but like on paper, you can immediately read it and not wonder how to pronounce it. And for the most part, I would say the spelling is pretty straightforward, you know, nothing like too crazy. Another name that I've always liked is Skye, S-K-Y-E. Another name that I think is really cute is Vallie, V-A-L-L-I-E. I think that's just really sweet. It's different as well, but yeah, just really beautiful.
Okay, we'll do the bottom half of the list. Naomi.
Yeah, I've always loved Naomi. I feel like I've loved that since like high school. I think it's just a good name. I think it's really beautiful, and especially the middle name, it can just be really, really beautiful and grow. And I feel like Naomi's just like a very mature and confident woman, and yeah, but as a girl, she's like super sweet.
Ivory, full Ivy, short.
I love Ivory. I would still think about that name, honestly. I love it. I think it's obviously very different. I think some people would be like, wait, what? But I think there's something about Ivory that is just really, really beautiful. You could do a nickname as Ivy, or even like Riri, like Ivory, and go with Riri. I think that would be really cute too. Yeah, just not our top, but I think it's really, really good.
I like this one for a long time, but Rooney.
Yes, so Rooney we love, and again, it's a nod to Pittsburgh. The Rooney family owns the Pittsburgh Steelers and have had for what, I don't know, like literally forever. Yeah, so I think Rooney is really, really cute. If we didn't live in Pittsburgh, very high contender, because I think you can make it like, yeah, I think it's just such a good name. So if you just like the name of it, Rooney May, I think is beautiful. Rooney Lee, anything like that, I think would be such a beautiful name.
Faye, we both liked for a while.
Yeah.
Sylvia. Renna.
Yeah, I like Renna, W-R-E-N-N-A. I think that's just different. I know Ren is kind of like a popular name where you've heard it, but I think adding the N-A is just cute, and then the opposite, the nickname could be Ren.
Just too harsh accents in this area for
yeah.
Renna.
Yeah, it would not work here.
Darcy. I feel like that's a new age one.
It's kind of like old but new coming. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like Darcy is like kind of like how you're seeing Scotty and Scout for girls.
Palmer, we both like that for a while.
Yeah.
Cannon again.
I love Cannon.
Female.
I feel like I have to use Cannon at least as a nickname at some point. I just love Cannon.
And then Lottie Dottie.
Just Lottie.
And then Lottie.
I think Lottie's beautiful. Instead of Charlotte, I would just go straight to Lottie. But you could do Charlotte if you wanted to, but L-O-T-T-I-E, I think is just sweet and would be a really good name as well. Okay, so you guys will have to comment down below what you think our name style is. I know I kind of went through that quickly, but I feel like the name videos I've watched, they take a long time, going through like 6 names. So I feel like we fired off a lot of good names. In my opinion, they're all so cute, and I feel like different, but like approachable, and it's not like it would be the kid in the class that like people don't know how to pronounce, or like, oh, it's like a very like out there kind of name, which I feel like naming your child to each their own, whatever you love.
Especially nowadays.
Yes, but like whatever you love, just go with it. I feel like everyone else gets their chance. If they are parents, they get their chance to name their child. It's funny because we haven't shared that. Basically we have 3 names, 1 for a boy, 2 for a girl, that we're going back and forth on still, but we have not shared our names with anyone because I feel like we've mentioned a couple that we like, and the amount of feedback you get from family members or even friends, and you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna share any going forward. So it'll be special when the baby's here, we finally get to meet him and her
name,
and then obviously pick out the name. So you guys will have to stay tuned. If you have any guesses on names down below, or leave them down below if you have a guess gender-wise, boy or girl. Would love to hear your thoughts. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Names that we love but we won't be using with our first child. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope to see you guys really soon in my next one. Bye.